Oh, what have we got? It's an unopened tin of something. Let's see what's in it. It's a tin of beans. Of course it is. Yeah, just find that line. I'm gonna just put that over there for now. So I feel conflicted. I'm someone who makes outdoor adventure videos covering all kinds of activities, but there's one activity has me conflicted more than anything else, and that is wild camping. Because the fact is that in Ireland and most of the UK, with the exception of Scotland, you don't actually have a legal right to wild camp because most of the land is in private ownership, so you're really supposed to seek explicit permission to go wild camping. But the fact is that's often impossible to do, or very, very difficult to do. I mean, you could just start going knocking around doors, but you've got no idea if you're ever actually going to find the landowner, and it would just put people off wild camping. So most people do not seek that permission. They simply go out wild camping. And the fact is that hundreds and thousands, if not thousands of people go wild camping every year, and most of them without issue. They're quiet, they're respectful, they pick their location carefully, they don't pitch up in somebody's garden or right in the middle of a field of cows, they don't draw attention to themselves, and maybe they pitch up early or leave late. And even though you don't have that legal right, there are still lots of places where wild camping is widely tolerated. Where I am right now in the Mourne Mountains is probably the most popular spot for wild camping in Northern Ireland, and I've never heard of anyone get in any trouble for camping here. Now, you can potentially get into legal hot water when you're wild camping if the landowner turned up, asked you to leave, and you refused to do so, because at that point it can become a criminal offence. The police could be involved and legal action could be taken. Wild camping became a lot more popular during the pandemic because people couldn't travel, so they started doing it more and more. And then I also started to notice something I hadn't seen before as much. More and more no camping signs were popping up all around beautiful areas that would be amazing to camp. Explicit no camping signs. And my concern is we're going to see more and more and more of these signs because of one activity that wild campers are doing more and more. And that is this. This is an abandoned campsite. And the frustrating thing is, I'll show you around in a second, the frustrating thing is that these are everywhere in the Mournes, absolutely everywhere. Every single possible camping spot that's remotely easy access, maybe up to like an hour of a hike, is like this. And it's getting worse. The first time I came through this forest about a year or two ago, there wasn't a single sign of anybody camping, and now there's a campsite here, and there's a campsite further down, and there's a campsite on up. So what I'm going to do today is I have got my 70-litre rucksack with me. I'm going to go around the camp, gather all the rubbish together, pack it into this bag and take it away, because there is this kind of theory that what you see other people doing is what you think is acceptable to do. So if these campsites are left like this, it's more likely that someone else is going to come and make a mess. But I'll quickly show you around, I'll show you the sites, and then we'll get to work. So we have these chairs stacked neatly in the corner. I'm not sure if you call this neat. Somebody's made an attempt to try to tidy up. And look, there's bags of rubbish in the corner. I find that particularly infuriating. Why bag the rubbish if you're not going to take it away? There's a bottle hanging from a tree over there. There's a fire pit over here. And there's an inhaler. Hopefully somebody didn't need that. There's a grill hanging from the tree there. And then we've got another fire pit over here. And this fire pit is full of plastic rubbish and has been buried. Right, okay. Let's get to work, put everything in one pile and see exactly what we have here. I've got this with me. This grabber actually is quite sentimental because this belonged to my granda. He died in 2021, and for some reason when they said, does anybody want his grabber that used around the house to pick things up, I said I have it, and it's been sitting in the house. I nearly threw it out because I didn't have a use for it, and finally I'm getting to use it. He loved the outdoors, so I think he would appreciate what I'm using it for now. disgusting. Ew, what is that? Oh, there's some brown on it. Ah, that is disgusting. I'm gonna put that in there. I think that might have had poo on it. We can get some Rennies. One sheep skull. Well, nobody is ever going to sit in that again anyway. Does that work as a chair? That actually works quite well. We get a bag here, it's got, ugh, let's take a look. Probably gonna find poo in a stick or something. We've got a tarp, and ugh. So we've got some more animal bones. Those are natural, they can stay. A survival blanket and some general plastic disgustingness in here. Woohoo! It's Christmas. If Christmas were absolutely disgusting. Oh, I think we hit the jackpot. What have we got? What is that? Oh, that's the bag for the chairs. Is that? Just find a perfectly good pair of, oh, there's a slug in there. Bye, slug. Could wear those on my bike. We'll keep those. We'll go in the keep pile. This isn't even open. It's an unopened tin of something. Let's see what's in it. It's a tin of beans. Of course it is. Yeah, I'm not gonna try that. They actually smell perfectly fine, but it's all covered in rust and it's disgusting on the outside, so I'm not eating those beans. Ooh. Up in the forest having their serrano ham and their tapas. Fancy. Let's dig out this fire pit and see what we can find. Ugh. Ugh. Plastic. Oh, there's an entire bag of rubbish in here. Ta-da! Here's all the rubbish, organised and loosely catalogued. Let me show you everything I found here. Folks, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chairs up for grabs. Only one of them's broken, 6 of them still work. So, there you go, bargain. We've got a vape, we've got a collection of cans here, we've got an entire stack of plastic plates, general disgusting plastic and raggy waste here. There's bits of plastic pipe, there's an aluminium mess tin, we've got those waffle iron things, we've got a couple of grills, over here, general plastic waste. We've got a selection of cutlery, selection of rope, we've got glass and plastic bottles. and one pair of what look like mountain biking glasses, and 2 instances of a bone on a stick, which I'm going to leave because they're natural-ish. Alright, so I'm going to give the makers or owners of this campsite a little bit of the benefit of the doubt, because I do get that desire to go off remote into the woods, build yourself a little hut, a little base, a little campsite that you come back to regularly, and it does seem like a hassle to have to keep bringing certain things back. So I kind of understand why chairs might have been left here if this is somewhere that gets used regularly. But the fact is, this is not a remote location in the middle of the woods that no one's ever going to come across. This is 50 yards from a really major trail. So I really don't think there's any justification for leaving anything in somewhere like this. But the fact is, I can't carry all these chairs out of here, so I'm going to leave the 6 that still work, and I'm going to carry the broken one out. Okay, there we go. That rubbish took up a lot more space than I thought it would. I had in my head there wouldn't be any more than would fill one 70-litre rucksack, but I filled the 70-litre rucksack and I filled another bin liner. There must be at least 150 litres of rubbish I'm taking out of here from just one campsite, and it's taken me, I don't know, about an hour and a half to get this place tidied. So, look, I just really, really worry that habits like this, where you make really obvious fire pits, where you leave a lot of rubbish behind, it's going to get noticed. It is going to get noticed. It's going to get noticed by landowners. It's going to get noticed by authorities. And eventually what that's going to mean is it's going to mean you are going to see more no camping signs. You're going to start to see more enforcement. You're going to end up with rangers. I mean, there is talk. There have been people calling for rangers to patrol these woods and hand out fines to anyone caught wild camping and leaving a mess. And that is 10 times more likely to happen if this kind of stuff gets left behind and this kind of mess gets made. So look, I am all for wild camping. I love wild camping myself, but just a plea, if you're going to do it, just do it in a way that doesn't make a mess, that doesn't annoy anyone, and also makes it likely that this is something that we can keep doing, because this is not sustainable. So if you, look, I've no doubt that at least one person who was involved in this campsite will probably see this video at some point, and you have a number of ways you can react to this. You can look at it and you can say, who's this person telling me what to do? You can get annoyed, you get frustrated, and you know what? At a certain stage that would totally have been my reaction. But look, can I just say, just take a second and think about it. Just think about it. Think about how little effort it is actually just to pack up and clear up when you're done. Just do it. Make your friends do it. Just make it a habit. If you come, you camp, you leave. Because I've no doubt that when you arrive here, if you've been here multiple times, that it's not that nice when you turn up and you're coming back to a mess that you've left. It's not as nice as it was the first time you came up here, the first time you found this spot and you thought this would make a great campsite. That was probably the nicest this look, and every time you come up here, you know, you notice the mess you've made. You know it doesn't look great. Please, just take some of the stuff away. I've left 6 of your chairs there. I've taken the broken one away. If you watch this, maybe come up. If you're local, you know, take the chairs away. I know you don't want to have to carry them up every time. I wouldn't, but it's not that much extra effort. Just bring them with you and bring them away. And here's the other thing. This is not heavy. This is not that much weight. It's all empty. All the liquids, all the food, everything has been consumed. There's maybe, I don't know, less than 5 kilos on my back from this entire campsite. So it's really not that much to carry out. This is a bit heavier. Right. Oh. You know what? There's something just really satisfying about having gone in there and completely cleared that place up and knowing that I've restored it to its original pristine condition. So the unfortunate truth is that I have only tidied one of countless examples of abandoned campsites like that. I don't have any more space to take this rubbish with me. So I like to think I'm leaving this here for if and when whoever made this mess sees this video, has a change of heart and decides to come up here and tidy it. And if you do decide to do that, look, thank you so much for just taking charge of the places that you love to go and treating them in a way that means other people can enjoy them too. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I'd love to get your comments down in the comments about what you think about this issue. What I don't want you to make this, I don't want you to make this just a, I can't understand how people do that. Just like, we know that's how you feel, that's how I feel. And saying that over and over again is cathartic, it makes us feel better, but it doesn't solve the issue. So if you're going to comment on this, comment and let me know what you think the real solution is to stopping this kind of problem, this kind of mess. Yeah, is it fines? Is it wardens? What is it? One thing I think the solution might be if wild camping was officially allowed. That would then open up the possibilities for a code of conduct for wild camping, or actual rules for wild camping. If you have rules, you can then enforce those rules. So messy campsites and things like this could then be officially banned. You could have rangers who could go out, and if someone's trashing a place, they could fine them. And I get that in itself is probably very controversial, but I'd love to know what your thoughts are on this issue. So thanks for watching, and if you love the outdoors, have a look around the channel. I'm sure you'll find one or two videos that you'll love. Bye-bye.